How's everyone doing tonight? Read the title of this video and then look at my expression right now. Look at the way I am talking and sounding. And I think you'll know the answer to the question. Should the Eagles trade for quarterback Nick Foles? No. No. News broke out today about Nick Foles and the Jaguars. Jaguars are looking to trade Nick Foles. They're shopping him around. And there are some articles like CBS Philly. There are some people in the NFL media that are saying the Eagles should look for, bringing him back. Here's a couple of reasons why I wouldn't do that. Number one, the contract he has. His contract is worth $88 million guaranteed. The Eagles are looking to not only draft some people, but to probably give some contracts to some people like Malcolm Jenkins or, I don't know, a lot of guys, a lot of guys that need contracts. There's a lot of guys that are going to be unrestricted free agents, a lot of guys that the Eagles need to bring back, Rodney McLeod, Jalen Mills, just to name a few. Just to name a few, and not only that, but the Eagles are looking for some wide receivers, some corners, some linebackers. And one of the biggest names out there is Amari Cooper. As of right now, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent in just a couple of days. And he's going to be, if the Eagles were to sign him, paid a lot of money, bringing back somebody that has so much money on his contract, but not do good for the cap salary. And not only that, but here's the second reason. He's 31 years old, and he has never, ever played a full season. Everyone talks about and criticizes Carson Wentz so much about it. Open your fucking eyes. Nick Foles in 2013 came in and replaced Michael Vick after like 5, 6, 7 games, something like that, The following season got hurt around the halfway point of the season. The following year with the St. Louis Rams got benched for Case Keenum. The following year after that, he contemplated retirement and sat behind Alex Smith in Kansas City. And then came back to Philadelphia and played 2.5 regular season games and 3 playoff games. And then last year he only played 1, 2, 3 games and got hurt and then benched again. So, yeah, I definitely believe that Nick Foles is the answer to all the people out there who hate Carson Wentz and believe that Nick Foles is the true quarterback of the NFL, or the Philadelphia Eagles. Because of what? The championship game, 38-7, and then the Super Bowl MVP. Listen, being a Super Bowl MVP ain't an easy thing to do. I'm not gonna discredit him for that. But what I'm trying to say is that people don't look at Nick Foles and Carson Wentz and compare them equally. People look at Nick Foles and say, "Oh, he's got the Super Bowl MVP. He did that for us. He's the guy that won us the Super Bowl. He should be the quarterback of the future." No, he really shouldn't. He really shouldn't. No. And then they look at Carson Wentz and like, oh, he finally played a full 16-game season after 3 years. Nick Foles has never done it. Nick Foles has never done it. And not only has Nick Foles never done it, but he played, the first 2 games of 2018. He went 1-1 and looked like trash in both of them. And he played, the last month and a half of that same season. Yes, got us to the playoffs, won us a playoff game, but I'm seeing an issue here with consistency. Whether it's him staying on the field or his actual play. Because no matter what it is, there is always this subgroup of people that just wish for Nick Foles to be the quarterback over Carson Wentz, who has done so much to get us that Super Bowl. Everybody forgets the whole 11-2 potential NFL MVP type season he had before he tore his ACL, or the fact that just this past December, he went on a tear with a bunch of nobodies, and won us the division against a better Dallas Cowboys team. They were healthier, and they are damn well more talented than our talented roster, full of injuries and backups who nobody even knows who they are. Carson Wentz out here winning the division and playing in a playoff game before he got injured with a dirty hit, mind you, with Boston Scott. Who was Boston Scott? I didn't even know who Boston Scott was until December 3rd, okay? Until he played against the Giants and just played his heart out. What about Greg Ward? The practice squad shows up in preseason and gets cut 10 billion times. Greg Ward, yeah, him. What about that Joshua Perkins, third stringer at tight end, playing wide receiver because we're out at wide receiver. Deontay Burnett, another wide receiver, no name from the practice squad. And Carson Wentz won the division with this team, with those players. And you want Nick Foles to be the quarterback. You want to trade for Nick Foles and take so much money and put our cap salary into a big hole because you want Nick Foles to be your quarterback. Makes no sense, especially with the free agency, with all the people the Eagles need to look at, with all the people the Eagles could get, like an Amari Cooper, a Byron Jones, a Chris Harris. A lot of names out there in free agency that the Eagles could go after, not to mention the draft, not to mention the people that they have to re-sign. But no, let's get Nick Foles back. You guys are idiots. To those who want Nick Foles back, you are idiots. And that is why the Eagles should not trade for Nick Foles. Thank you, and have a good night. Fly, Eagles, fly. Sacred Eagle out. See ya.